Imagine a moment when one of the most ambitious companies on the planet decides to enter a completely new market for itself. A company that has already changed the space industry, made reusable rockets a reality, and began creating a global satellite internet network, now, according to insiders, is preparing for the next step. We are talking about the company SpaceX and its founder Elon Musk. According to sources close to the industry, SpaceX may be preparing its first personal gadget, a device that will resemble a smartphone, but at the same time could change the rules of the game in the mobile technology market. At first glance, it may seem that there is no point in this. After all, the smartphone market has long been divided between giants. Companies such as Apple, Samsung Electronics, and Xiaomi have spent years building ecosystems, investing billions of dollars in the development of processors, cameras, screens, and operating systems. These companies produce incredibly powerful devices that sell in the hundreds of millions of units every year. But SpaceX, according to analysts and insiders, has one advantage that no other company in the world has. It is access to its own global satellite internet network, Starlink. It is this technology that could become the key to a completely new type of smartphone. Today, most mobile devices depend on terrestrial mobile communication networks. Base stations, cable infrastructure, and operator networks limit internet speed, coverage, and the availability of communication. Even the most modern 5G networks cannot cover the entire planet. In huge regions of Earth, stable internet is still absent. These are oceans, deserts, mountain regions, remote islands, and rural territories. This is exactly where satellite internet begins to play a decisive role. SpaceX has already launched thousands of satellites into orbit and continues to expand its network. These satellites form a global data transmission system that already today provides high-speed internet to millions of users around the world. But until now, this system has mainly worked through special terminals. Now, according to rumors, the company may take the next step to integrate access to this network directly into a personal device similar to a smartphone. And if this happens, the mobile technology market may face a serious transformation. Imagine a device that does not depend on terrestrial operators, a smartphone that can connect directly to satellites and receive internet almost anywhere on the planet. This means that a person will be able to be in the middle of the ocean, in the mountains, in the desert, or in a remote village, and still have access to high-speed internet. Such an approach could completely change the idea of mobile communication. According to insiders, this is exactly what the concept of the new device from SpaceX will be built on. The company may position it as the first smartphone with truly global internet, a smartphone that does not depend on operator infrastructure and that can work anywhere on the planet. This sounds like science fiction, but if we remember the history of SpaceX, it becomes clear that such ambitions are completely in the spirit of the company. When Elon Musk first announced the creation of reusable rockets, many experts considered this idea impossible. However, several years later, the company's rockets began regularly returning to landing pads after launches. Today, this has become the new norm of the space industry. The same logic can also be applied to the personal device market. Elon Musk is known for choosing directions where a radical technological leap is possible. Smartphones today have reached a high degree of perfection, but at the same time, their evolution is slowing down. Cameras are becoming better, processors faster, screens brighter, but revolutionary changes are happening less and less. That is why the appearance of a new type of smartphone that offers a fundamentally different communication infrastructure could become a serious event for the entire industry. According to analysts, if SpaceX really creates a device with full access to satellite internet, this could become a powerful competitive advantage, especially if the company can offer an attractive subscription model. According to rumors, Elon Musk would like to make the device as accessible as possible. Some leaks even say that the company is considering the possibility of selling the smartphone almost at cost. The main profit could come from a subscription to satellite internet. For example, users may receive a certain number of free gigabytes of data every month, and then if necessary, connect additional internet packages through a subscription. This approach is already used by many technology companies. Devices become part of a broader ecosystem of services. If SpaceX can offer cheap and fast global internet, this could attract a huge number of users. Even if the company manages to capture only a few % of the global smartphone market, this will already be a colossal success. Today, more than 1 billion smartphones are sold every year. 5% of this market is tens of millions of devices. Even with relatively small profit from each user, this can turn into billions in revenue. That is why the idea of creating its own smartphone for SpaceX looks logical. The company already possesses a unique infrastructure that competitors do not have. And if this infrastructure can be integrated into a personal device, this could open a new market segment. So far, the exact characteristics of the future device are unknown. Insiders suggest that the design may be quite minimalistic, possibly even more utilitarian than traditional smartphones. The main focus will most likely be on communication antennas and energy efficiency. After all, working with a satellite network requires special engineering solutions. Some experts suggest that the device may use an advanced system of directional antennas built into the body. Others believe that the smartphone may operate in a hybrid mode, using both satellite communication and ordinary mobile networks when they are available. This will allow optimization of speed and energy consumption. The possibility of integrating additional functions related to the SpaceX ecosystem is also being discussed. For example, the device may be directly connected to satellite internet services, space broadcasts, or even future projects of the company. Some analysts suggest that the smartphone could become part of a broader technological platform that will combine satellite communication, the Internet of Things, and global communication services. Of course, at the moment, all this remains at the level of rumors and assumptions, but the idea itself looks quite logical. SpaceX has already created one of the largest satellite networks in the history of humanity. The next step is to give users direct access to this network through personal devices. And if the company really decides to enter the smartphone market, this could become one of the loudest technological events of the coming years. After all, the appearance of a new player with unique infrastructure can change the balance of power in the market. Companies such as Apple, Samsung, and Xiaomi possess enormous experience in device development and powerful ecosystems, but none of them controls its own global satellite network. That is why the potential smartphone from SpaceX could become a completely new type of device. A device that connects space infrastructure and personal technologies. And if the plans of Elon Musk are really implemented, in the coming years, we may see how the company known for its rockets and space missions unexpectedly bursts into the personal gadget industry and starts a new technology race in the smartphone market. This could become the moment when space technologies truly enter the everyday life of billions of people for the first time. And then an ordinary smartphone in the pocket will effectively turn into a device directly connected to infrastructure